When two became one.
Okay, welcome back, guys. Where two became one. We are going to discuss real marriage,
Mm-hmm.
real healing,
Real healing.
and real faith.
Real faith.
Ready to get into
I'm ready.
this episode?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about military at 17 and pretty
Woo.
much how distance shaped us. I'm not gonna start. Or you want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and start. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit about joining the military at 17.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what it represented to you, and were you able to escape certain opportunities, or were you running for something? Did it teach you survival?
Um. Oof. All right. So joining the military at 17, my overall goal at that time was to help take care of my brother and sister. You
Yep.
know. So, um, I wasn't running from anything. I actually ran into the Navy to take care of home, so I couldn't run from from nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
no. Yeah. Jumping in to take care of home. That's pretty much why I went in. Um,
Did it help you create like an identity?
yeah, actually, yeah, it did. The identity sort of came from my grandmother. I saw how she respected the other sort of like real men at
Mm-hmm.
that time. Like for instance, my uncle Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like it was certain people that came around, and I saw my grandmother just sort of like adore them. Like
Mm-hmm.
she had like she revered some respect for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I wanted that same respect. And so jumping into the military, I was grasping at that identity because I wanted her specifically to respect me. Like you raised me, and I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So it taught you to pretty much how to like get that respect,
Hmm.
authority. It kind of shaped your identity, but you kind of sort of had an identity before you were, or
Hmm.
a picture of what an identity looked like
Yeah.
before you went into the military,
Yeah.
just based on your grandmother's experience and how she saw other men in kind of in uniform.
Yeah.
And so that kind of made you like, hey, let me go into the military. This
Yeah.
is what respect looks like.
I
This is
want
what a
that.
hardworking man
Yeah.
looks like.
No doubt.
Okay,
No doubt.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then, so you said you weren't like really running away from anything,
Nah.
but were you running towards something?
Yeah. I was running towards just trying to establish a life because, like I said, taking care of helping my grandmother take care of my brother and sister, and making sure that you ran into your grandmother's house with those tears in your eyes
Mm-hmm.
for a reason. Like, okay, I'm going to build something, and he's just going to be like, ah, I knew I chose the right guy. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So yeah,
see,
He was a
making
part
sure.
of it. He was part of it. I tell you that.
I get you.
But yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then let's see, what did you believe? Because we were together and dating and what they call it like puppy love
Yeah.
in a young age. So like at 17, you're going into the military. I'm already had moved to
To Delaware.
Delaware.
Yep.
In your eyes, what did love look like at a young age of 17, fresh into the military?
I that's a good question. What did love look like? I think based upon what I was expecting, I think it was like adoration, it was attention,
Mm-hmm.
it was um I'm connected, I got your back, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Basically anything that love looked like the void that was caused from my childhood.
Okay.
So grandmom jumped in and she did it from a parental standpoint. But okay, now I'm like, okay, well, that's cool, but what's the other side of it? What's the romantic side of having my back looks like? I think that's what I view love as.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know that I fully understood the concept of love.
Mhm.
at that age, I think it was more so like you strongly like this person,
Yeah.
and your likes was maybe based on what they could do for you at that moment,
Yeah.
how they treated you at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Absolutely.
young and you're like, oh, he sits with me on the steps when nobody else would. Like,
Right.
I feel like I love him.
Yeah. 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 Like you don't know.
And
Yeah.
he, he opens doors for me.
Mhm.
And like, oh, this must be what love is like. So, but I don't think that I fully understood the capacity
Yeah.
of what that word really required
It's
from you.
it's weird how that's so opposite because I was in a household that didn't have nobody was married in my household. Like so it
Mhm.
wasn't a mother father dynamic. So
Mhm.
you would think that I wouldn't understand what love was. I really
Mhm.
didn't at the time, but I still had a sort of grasp to it. Where
Mhm.
you had mom and dad, but still no grasp of love. Like that's
Mhm.
super interesting. But yeah, it's weird how that sort of played out.
Yeah, it was just like more so like, you there? You got my back? We good? Okay. All right.
Mm,
So that's what love is. But, just
emotional tie or anything like that. It's
right.
just
It's
empty.
just like, when okay, I'm with this person, and I can depend on you, and but it goes like so much deeper
Way deeper than that. Yeah,
than that. Like,
yeah,
we could have disagreements, and
yeah.
that's not going to alter my love.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
back then, on that superficial scale, it's
One
like
disagreement, it's
disagreement
over.
was like,
Call it off. Yeah,
I hate her, I hate him.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Don't talk to me
yeah,
for the next month or something like that.
yeah.
So yeah, love at such a young age is interesting,
It is.
because
It
I
is.
would like to know, especially from younger people, like,
Mhm.
what do you classify? What do you think
What do
love
you
is?
think love is?
Maybe
Yeah,
we need to ask our daughter
yeah, yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We like somebody. What you think love is?
Stay tuned. We're
Yeah,
gonna have to ask our
yeah,
daughter that.
absolutely. Yeah. Um, but as far as love was concerned, me being in the military, it was of course, when you on duty and doing your thing, there's no room for that kind of stuff. But because we come back in the port and we have a lot of downtime, and I'm hanging out with my homies over there, and it gets sparked back up because I
Hmm.
got my friends. They we the same age, and their girlfriends they can fly over and meet them and things like that, whatever.
Right.
So then you get punched in the face again, like, oh, that's I forgot love. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's dope. You can hang out.
Yep.
And I tried it. I tried it. And
Yep.
yeah,
You're looking at it like, okay, maybe love is an age thing. Like, maybe you need to grow. Like, you
yeah,
don't love me because you can't come over here. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm young. My parents didn't
Yeah,
know.
I did. I tried it.
Doesn't
I wrote her mom a letter. Like I was in
doesn't
San
mean that
Diego,
I don't love you.
and I was like, "Come on, can you come over?" Because all my homies is having their girlfriends fly over. I'm like, "Yeah, Keisha, can you fly over?" She was like, I don't think it's gonna go over well with my parents. Well, I'll ask them. And she's like, "Yeah, okay. Good luck with that." And I did. I asked them, and yeah, I got shot down. Yeah, immediately. It's no way I'm sending
Oh
my
yeah.
15, 16-year-old daughter to fly over there to some military man. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's not happening.
No, I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. So let's see. We have what so we just talked about kind of distance
Mhm.
and, emotional development and things like that. What do you think? Did you think, if we had to be honest,
Mhm.
that at 17, so at 17 you went into the
Yeah.
military, I moved in I moved to
I'm in Delaware.
Delaware.
Yep.
I'm all the way over here. Like, literally, we're on opposite sides of the
Literally.
country.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you think that we would reconnect? I'll kind of answer it from my end.
Okay.
Um, so yes, I did. I always thought that we would reconnect. What did that look like? I didn't plan or prepare
Mhm.
for the reconnection. So it's kind of almost like, I took it for granted.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we are connected in a different way. So whenever you get back here, it's just back to ground zero.
Right. Right.
Not understanding all the work that it takes
Changes.
in between
Yeah.
the distance,
Yeah.
and then all the hurt and the pain and undue stress
Okay. Mhm.
that was caused in
Mhm.
the midst of that.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, I kind of, like I said, long story short, yes, I did think we would reconnect. Didn't know what that reconnection would look like.
Mhm.
Um, was I preparing for the reconnection? No. In my head, I was like, yeah, when he comes back, he's gonna go over there and do his thing. I'm gonna do my thing over here. He comes back, we'll be good. That's not really
Yeah,
how life works,
yeah.
especially if you don't, you know, do the groundwork. That's like saying you want to be the CEO of a company, but you don't have no business plan. You never worked
Hmm.
ever. You
Hmm.
you didn't put any time, any labor in
Yeah.
to become a CEO. But you just gonna be a
You just gonna
CEO.
be a boss.
Just
Yeah, good luck.
just about to be a boss. You
Yeah.
about to be out here running businesses, and you never even planned for it.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, yes, like I said, I thought we would reconnect, but now looking at it, I did none of that work for the reconnection.
So that's how it played out because in my
Hmm.
mind, there was no reason to reconnect. We was together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I operated in that light. I operated like, okay,
Hmm.
cool. My girlfriend's over there, but I'm over here doing a job. I'm just job, job,
Hmm.
job, job. And then, like I said before, like communication started to wither down. But in my mind, I'm like, we still together. We're still together. We're still
Right.
together. So there was no reconnect for me. We were always together. There was no reason
Right.
to reconnect. You know what I mean? Until I got home, and then reality hit, and it was just like, all right, cool. This is not what I thought it was.
It's not
Hmm.
horrible, y'all. Told y'all, just nothing but God.
Nothing
Just
but God.
just
Nothing but
out
God.
here, just
Nothing but
causing my poor husband stress.
God. I wasn't a husband then. I was just
He
some dude.
definitely was
I
not
was
my
just some
husband
dude.
then,
I was just some dude.
and
I was some
at
dude from
that
Philly
time
that
he
she moved
didn't
away
want
from.
me to be. He did, but I had growth. I
I
had
had
growth.
growth. I had growth.
Growth to
I had
that needed
growth.
to be that needed to happen.
Yeah.
So did the military teach you any kind of discipline? Or I should say, how to not be vulnerable?
How to not be vulnerable. No, I think my childhood taught me how not to be vulnerable. So I think my childhood, based upon being raised at 118 North Conestoga with Mary Lee Young as my drill sergeant for those 8, 9 years, I was military ready. Like I was the perfect
Mm-hmm.
candidate for the military.
Mm-hmm.
But no, as far as it goes, my grandmother, again, she was the catalyst for a lot of this stuff. She was, people would say stubborn as a bull. She had her
Mm-hmm.
way of thinking, and it was what it was. And because that's the individual that raised me, I was the same exact way. I had my way of thinking, and it was what it was. So if the group of folks is picking a certain color over here, I'm going out of my way to pick the opposite color. I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not with y'all. I'm my own thing. So again, I was the perfect military candidate. Like you just teach me. I knew how to discipline at
Right.
that age. So easy.
So
Yeah,
you was
military didn't
just
teach me
like,
that.
you're like,
I just
I'm
jumped in.
already disciplined.
Hmm.
Thank you, Miss
Hmm.
Marilee Young.
Yeah. Now I was a goofball. Like so, all my military folks is watching this. Yes, I'm like I'm talking about discipline as far as getting the job done. But I was a goofball. But as far as that protocol is concerned, easy day.
Okay, what you
Yeah.
got going on over there?
So yes, thank you. Yeah, amen. So while I was in the military, you covered some things. What I noticed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, blind to the facts. I realized that you had become an awesome chameleon. I would say how and why. Like, was this a survival tactic for you? Like, what brought this about?
Oh, Lori, that's a great question. I think you would have thought I was in the military. Adapt and
You had to.
overcome, huh?
Yeah, amen. Adapt and overcome. You're right. You're right. Oh, it's a distance. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
um, so we talk all the time about me being a people's pleaser when I was younger. And so, because I've always liked people and I tend to get along with people, I end up like just fitting in.
Mm.
So like if like you want to go and party and hang out, okay, I might party and hang out with you this time. If you're like chill, let's chill and hang out or watch TV, okay, we can chill and hang out and watch TV. I think I learned to adapt to the situations that were around me. So I don't know where it came from. I don't even know how it happened. I can't give
50
you
million.
no
Yeah.
really good reason behind it.
Yeah.
It was just that, well, I talked about it before. I didn't like to disappoint people too. It was
Okay.
more so like not really disappoint people. I would say disappoint very close people.
Okay.
Um, so I think I kind of learned to adapt in those ways. Like, okay, this person likes to party, ha ha ha. But I will say though, if there was within limits. So if there was something that I naturally just didn't want to do,
Yeah.
I just didn't do it.
Gotcha.
But I was able to say it or not do it in a way that made people okay. Like,
Hmm.
because some people, I don't know, maybe some people know or some people don't know, but some people they end up getting bullied by not doing things. They want to be a follower
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. Me, it was more so, like I said, if it was a situation I truly felt uncomfortable in, then I would just be like, oh, okay, no, I can't do this. My parents is not going for this, or
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it,
Yeah.
and I was okay with just not doing it. But for the most part, I was probably down to like, hang or, try anything within reasons, anything that wasn't going to cross my what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think my line was.
Well, with that, that's good segue to my next question, Martha, because I'm thinking
Oh,
I jumped in the military, put myself in harm's way to
mm-hmm.
defend, to defend democracy. Um, but was there any situations where like you say, you had limits, but were there any situations where you caught yourself like, oh crap, like I'm a bit, a little bit too far out of bounds here? Like, did you in hindsight realize, oh crap, I put myself in harm's way and didn't even acknowledge it at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, because I mean, sometimes hanging with wrong crowds, put you in that way. So, we grew up in the city.
Hmm.
I'm a city girl at heart.
No, what city
Even
now? What
though,
city? Because you ain't gonna put that smut on my city.
what?
What city you talking about? You was raised in?
Philly. Let's go. Listen, that's where I was born. And for the most part, raised. Okay.
And that
I
city you hung
had
out
high
in? That's the city you hung
school.
out in?
Both, yes, actually.
Both. What you mean both? What's the other one?
I hung out in Delaware as well.
What Delaware?
What Delaware?
Yeah, what city you talking about?
Wilmington.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, so yeah, in high school, yes, it wasn't Philadelphia. So she didn't put that smut on y'all.
I
This
put
this Wilmington's hood.
I
Yeah,
put both because
yeah.
I
Okay.
hung out in both.
All right.
He's a hater. He's such a hater. He's just mad
Don't put
because
that
he
smut
was
on my
just
city.
in Philadelphia his whole entire life. Okay, I was there up until high school,
Hmm.
and then I moved to Delaware. So I was there for 4 years,
Hmm.
of which
That's where you hung out at.
I was able to hang out in both. So, what I would say the first part of no, the first part of high school, I was not, but I didn't really hang out too much. The first part, like so, like freshman, sophomore year,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing too much hanging out with anywhere. My mom wasn't having it. But like junior, senior year, started branching off a little bit, got a little bit more freedom. Um, and then I was able to go a little bit more places. So you go to Wilmington. Parents probably not didn't always know I was in Wilmington,
Yeah.
but that's where my friends. I had friends that were in Wilmington too because the way that our high school was set up, we had I had friends that bused in from Wilmington,
Yeah.
so it wasn't like how the kids go to school and they're going to school with their literally their neighborhood friends. It was like, no, you have your neighborhood, but you also now have people that are nowhere near your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so I met people in the city, me being in the city, being from the city, like to hang out in the city. But also at that age, you don't understand why your parents somewhat moved you out of the city.
Hmm.
It's like, sometimes it's riffraff that happens in the city that I'm trying to protect you from. I
Also,
mean,
mom and dad never had
even
that
though,
conversation with you. They never said, okay, we're moving you out because we don't want you pregnant or we don't want you hanging out with certain people. Like they never told you why they was moving out. You just moved
mm-mm.
out.
Yeah, we're just, I mean, not that I can remember off my, maybe once I got older,
Yeah.
like we're moving out of the city because, better opportunity. I mean, I just assumed that it was, you know, better opportunities. When you move out of the city, most of the times it is like, okay, we're gonna do better opportunities. Just think certain areas when they say, okay, the school district may be better here versus the school district over there.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
have your kids going to a better school district,
Hmm.
then okay, you move and you relocate over here
Yeah,
because they don't have to deal with all the things that's over there.
I get you.
So that's what I assumed, but that's a parent decision, a kid decision. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't see my homies
Right.
living in
And
school
then on
district.
top of that, my parents paid for school
Mhm.
for elementary and middle school. That was paid for.
Wow,
So at this point, they're like, we need,
save some money. A
yeah, we
good
can
public
save some
school.
money.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
can move to a,
Smart
you know,
move.
a safer area.
Smart move.
They
Yeah.
just didn't know that we was just gonna go find the drama.
Yeah.
Me and my brother was just like, yeah, you can move us out the
Yeah.
hood, but
Yeah, I get you.
is the hood out of us?
Amen. I
I
get it.
wasn't always hood. I'm not gonna even put that on my jacket. I
Nah.
mean, I hung in it, but
Yeah.
things start flying, start popping up. I'm going. I'm in that car.
So, yeah, amen. So, I'm over there in the military. You figuring out life, especially in this high school era, right? So you're trying to figure out life here. Um, did you start to form like an idea of what success looked like?
Well, yeah, success for me. I always had like hardworking parents.
Hmm.
So, um, my dad never sits still. My dad still doesn't sit still. Um,
Yeah, you don't.
so
You don't. It's my guy.
he
You don't.
he works
Yep.
and then works and works, and when he sit down too long, he's like, "There's something that always needs to be done." So now it's just like, "Is it
Every time we come here, something ends up fixed or
though?
something. I'm like,
Really?
yeah, thank you, Pop. Thank you, Pop.
Do it need to be done now?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like put your feet up for a
And he'd be
second,
like, well, why not? You know?
right?"
You know? I'm like, hey,
And
look.
something
That's my
always
guy.
needs to be done. And then like I said with my mom, she was a different type of grind. So she was like busy and banking. She had her sorority. She was just like, you know,
She was
very
involved.
educated.
Yeah.
And so she instilled, you know, making sure your finances is set up, making sure you have your education, making sure you get a good job, and then also showing what hard work looked like.
Mm,
So I grew up with two parents that had different styles and different way of showing it.
mm,
But at the same time, I knew that in order, well, I'm not gonna say I knew. The picture was painted that success looks like this. You have to do these things
mm,
to become successful.
mm,
You can't be lazy
mm,
and think you're about to be a boss. That's
mm.
just not going to work.
Yeah.
Or you can't be lazy and think you're about to get this promotion when you're always, you know, calling out or
Yeah.
taking off
Yeah.
or doing XYZ and you're not dependable. So yeah, both of my parents taught me what hard work looks like and made me very ambitious, and also that I need to be on my grind and get my money up.
Amen. All right. So on the professional side, so but okay, mom and dad. So now we got that hammered out. So what did you think being a wife would look like? You were taught what successful would look like. Were you taught what a wife looked
I think that that was
like? And I'm asking for a reason too. It's a follow up question. Just give me a heads
okay. Follow up
up.
question.
Yeah.
So okay, so we're gonna talk about then and not now. So then it was more so like, okay, you stick by your husband, you know, you do X, Y, Z, you take care of your kids, you work hard. Um, that was kind of my example. So don't just like you run away from hard times. But also make sure that if for some reason hard times do come up and you need to stand on your own 2 feet, you're educated and financially sound enough to be
You do
able to
so.
stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my perspective, which is why I was big on like making sure my credit was good, making sure I had a decent job that paid well, because I was like, if anything goes
Yeah.
left,
Yeah.
I need to have an
Maybe you're right.
escape plan,
No doubt.
and I need to be able to stand on my 2 feet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that was kind of the perspective that I grew up with. Now, being on this side, biblically, um, I don't always see that you have to have an escape plan. I feel like if you have God involved, of course, and you talk to your spouse, whether it's male or female, that is, I guess, the breadwinner, I should say, and you guys come up with a plan that looks good for that household, you don't necessarily have an escape plan that you have to do it all yourself. You have
Mm-hmm.
to be every single thing. I have to, make sure I do this and do that because for me now in a marriage, I'm not living for an escape plan.
Amen.
I'm living for our
Our
life plan,
future.
our
Yeah.
future,
Yeah.
together. But I think at once upon a time, when we didn't always see eye to eye, I did. I was like, oh, I gotta have that backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that backup plan, I think sometimes it creates barriers. It also hardens your heart
Mm-hmm.
so that you are not quick to forgive, which we're learning about that right now.
That part.
You're not quick to forgive. You're easily offended. You have all kinds of guards up, so you're not even receptive to the other person's feelings, wants, needs, anything.
Ideas, anything.
It's all about me, 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 me,
Yeah.
me, and what can I get out of this relationship
Yeah.
instead of what are we supposed to get out
Building.
of this union that God
Right.
created and put us together,
Right.
and hopefully God put it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole another thing. But if God did put you guys together, he didn't put you together for you to be at odds or for you to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
He put you together because there is something that you may lack that I feel, and there's something that I may lack that you feel.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we keep him in the forefront, we're going to see that.
Yes.
So I don't have to be prepared for every single scenario
You
in
got a
life.
partner. You got a partner that's going
I
to
got
ride
that.
with
I got
you.
you. I got the ultimate backup plan
Yeah.
that God
Yeah.
said, like,
Now help me. Exactly.
this is what marriage is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I definitely think, then I saw things a little bit differently than how I see things now.
Mm.
And I really just think it's experiences sometimes because experiences shape us, and you have sometimes these generational cycles and what they teach and what they kind of prepare, but a lot of times it is um built off of fear,
Mm.
and it's also not fully rooted in faith.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
lot
The
of things
tribal
is
knowledge,
like
probably mostly.
I'm like, I don't have to know how this is gonna work out. I just trust that it will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. Move on to the next thing.
Got you. Yeah.
But if I'm operating out of fear, then I'm gonna try to make something happen.
Yep. Yep.
And
I'm gonna
and
interject
now
myself.
right, and now I'm
Yep.
not allowing God to do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to do that no more.
Now the reason why I asked that question is because um I wanted to see even before your walk with God, way before I'm talking about, we just moving in together
Hmm.
and you in college and I'm at the Pentagon. You've never, ever, ever spoken down to me. The only time you spoke down to me is because you was mad because you caught me with that girl in that apartment. And I caught myself trying to be slick. Yeah, I was outside too. Yeah, which she wasn't the only one. I was outside. Um, yeah, that's the only time. And of course I was dead up in the wrong or whatever. So trying to play
I talked down to you that
talk down, slap down, almost stole my car down. Yeah, it's a lot that happened that night. It was a lot.
day. Thank God for
It was a
God.
lot. But yeah, when you get caught red-handed, right, with this girl, with another somebody else in your apartment. Now, here's the thing. This girl right here helped me. I was moving to DC, and she helped me find the apartment. Gave me a place to stay. I was chilling, was able to get the apartment, and then I'm lying. Now, mind you, we're trying to rekindle, I guess, at the time, whatever, which we'll definitely talk about in another episode. But yeah, I mean, just to get to the nitty gritty, yeah, I was outside. I was trying my best to play both sides of the fence and got caught. But the main reason why this was all coming up is because even with that situation, um, you never spoke down to me, like even on our odds throughout the marriage, well, throughout the relationship, and then even so in the marriage. And I might drop the ball on some things, or I might have been absent-minded, or just being a jerk for whatever reason. You never spoke down to me, never called me out of my name, never said I was better off somewhere else, nothing like that. You was just, if anything, you was passive aggressive. I'll just be quiet. I'll just be silent. But you always let me kept that piece of dignity and kept, like, this masculinity about me. Like, okay, well, she might be mad at me, but at least I'm not lower than scum to her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Thank you, Lord.
That's why I asked, like,
I was all you.
how did you figure that out from a wife's standpoint?
What I was saying in my head.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Lord says, be angry, but sin not. Yeah, amen.
What I was saying in my head.
I get it.
Wasn't going to translate
I get it.
to the ears so softly.
It wasn't going to be audible. Okay, got it.
I cannot say what I was thinking and my heart was feeling at the time. So I'm just like, I'm gonna be silent. But is it being, if you don't have nothing nice to say,
don't say nothing.
Just don't say nothing at all.
Absolutely.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna walk away for a second.
That's what you did.
But yeah, I think that was nothing but God, because again,
intervening without us even paying him no mind. He just still blessing us, looking out for us.
Just out here doing his little thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
y'all get it later on. Y'all get it. Yeah.
I don't even know he's doing it. Yeah. But yeah, like sometimes, like I said, and then also I know there's certain things that you just can't take back, right? So, again, we kind of talk about it offline, how sometimes you say things in the heat of the moment or whatever, and you're angry, and I understand that's what you're feeling, but you may not truly mean that deep down. Like you mean it at the moment, and you're always like, I just want to do it because I wanted to cut you.
I want to get it out. Yeah.
Right. I wanted to make you feel like how I'm feeling right now, but I didn't mean that. Like, so.
But it's said.
It's already said though. You can't take that back. It's you put it out there in the atmosphere, right? So I heard it. I can't unhear it. So I wanted to try to be intentional with my words and with how I conveyed them. Like if I knew that we were going to get over that current bump in the road, I'm not gonna like run you through the mud.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes I might get, like I said, get heated and say certain things, but it's not going to be so much that it's unforgivable. Even though everything's supposed to be forgivable, but
everything,
still,
yeah, amen.
We're human. It's not going to be so like unforgivable, right?
Yeah.
But that don't mean that I didn't just like curse you out in my head at the time. Like, I had a whole bunch of words. I didn't think about, what I can do and get away with. I like, okay, so how can I do this? And like, so it won't come back to me and they can feel my pain. And like, that's rage. Like I saw red in my head. I was just like, that was enough for God. It was like, I didn't act out on that redness.
To give her more props. When I got caught with that girl, she pulled up with some of her girlfriends too. And they had a bunch of ideas. And she didn't take them up on that offer, but they had a bunch of creative ideas on how to get even that night. So God bless you.
We did. We had a whole lot of ideas. We
was
about to ride out, but we didn't. I was just like, let me just be in my feelings. Let me cry to myself. When y'all out here, you gonna try to make me laugh or whatever. And then again, like I said, at the end of the day, it's like I don't have time to be upset and keep that type of energy around me. So thank God was working in my life at a younger age that I didn't even know that he was working. So yeah, it wasn't until we got older and we started our own journey where I was just like, oh snap. God, you was like covering me the whole time. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. What Pastor always said, thank goodness he didn't give me
in my mess. Lord have mercy. Yes.
In my mess, because we was messy. But that's why a lot of times when we do episodes like this, we kind of talk about our story and our upbringing and the things that we were thinking about and going through, because we know that there's people out there that are going through that. And there's people out there that think that there's no way out of that tunnel. But it definitely is. You're looking at your person thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. That's not always true. And like, unless you're in some kind of, like, when I say toxic, some toxic that's like
physically abusive and
right, then
yeah,
okay, I'm not
yeah,
telling you to take that out.
narcissistic craziness.
But I will say pray on it, because prayer is powerful.
Absolutely.
Like I was praying without even knowing the power of prayer. And God was like, I got you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh dang, you did answer. I didn't even know. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Like didn't even fully know, but because my parents did give me a starting foundation, we'll talk about that later too. It kind of gave me some of the tools, and I was able to. I knew the tools. I didn't always know what tool went with what,
Yeah.
and how to actually use the tools. I might have knew the names of the tools and what I was supposed to do, but I didn't fully know what they were capable of.
Yeah, buddy.
But thank goodness at least I had them, or I was introduced to them. Because when I did fully learn the power of those tools, I was just like, oh snap, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
And
Biblical principles always are.
it helped us tremendously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this episode talked about how distance divided us, but it also kind of shaped us into who you see here today. We are still two flawed individuals.
Amen.
But again, walking in a different path, walking for God, has really been a extreme game changer in how we communicate with our kids, how we communicate with strangers, our friends, and just all of our family in whole. And we definitely could not do it without having God in the forefront and having Him back us, because us as humans, like we were getting it wrong, like
all the time,
getting it all the way wrong. I wanted my way, he wanted his way, and what's not gonna work in a relationship is being two individuals. So that's why this has been titled When Two Became One. Do you have anything to say before we close out there?
I would just say, I think we have a good marriage right now. And the Bible says, Jesus says that nothing good comes from man. Only thing that's good is the Father.
Absolutely.
So, in 3 candles again, these 3, I don't know if y'all can see it, but the third strand is what makes this marriage good, because like she just said, individual number 1, individual number 2, nothing good here. And then you put that together, definitely nothing good. But when you put God in it, that's the only thing that can spark something good. So
absolutely.
that's all I got.
So we hope you guys got to know a little bit about us.
More to come.
A whole lot more to come.
We was outside.
Just scratch the surface a little bit. But hopefully this will touch somebody, let them know that they are not in this world alone.
Yeah.
We are all out here trying to figure it together, because we have one purpose, which is to get up there, and help one another out. Like, we don't have it all figured out, so we rely on our friends and our family to kind of like, help us figure some things out, especially with them also walking with God, because again, we may think we have it, we don't. We're human, just like you are, and it is a work in progress. So again, we hope you enjoy, and we look forward to seeing you next time.